Yo guys, what's going on? TrevorNeff here. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about my top 5 video games that I like to play when I'm on stream, off stream, or even just making content for. So here are my top 5 favorite video games that I like to play. Also, whatever your guys' top 5 video games are, let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to see what you guys have a favorite of. If I could talk normally for once in my life. So starting at number 5, I'm going to be talking about Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time has been a game that I've been playing on the GameCube since I was probably like at least 11. I didn't have a Nintendo 64 when I was younger, so I didn't have the game to play it on the N64. I played it on the GameCube. I loved it. And then when I didn't have a GameCube to play it on really because my sister took that game back with her when she moved out of my parents' house a long time ago, I eventually wanted to play it again. And so what I did was I got an emulator called Project 64. Project 64 is an emulator where you can play Nintendo 64 games on your computer. I have that game on there. I play Ocarina of Time a lot. I basically know it from the back of my hand. And it's great. It's a fun game because it shows off where Link starts off as a kid. They basically tell him the whole storyline of the Triforce and what the 3 emeralds do and how you can open up the door of time and how the Master Sword came into play. And it's a really good storyline. And then once you become an adult, you get 7 years into the future, and then you gotta go to 6 temples. I believe it's 6 because you get 1 medallion as soon as you become an adult. But then you have to go to the Water Temple, Fire Temple, Forest Temple, Dark Spirit Temple, and then the Shadow Temple. So there's 5 temples you have to go to. But it's a really good storyline. All the little side missions you have to do, totally awesome. I love the game. That's why it's definitely my number 5. And then coming up on number 4, we have The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. Majora's Mask kind of falls into Ocarina of Time, but it goes a little deeper into that. In Majora's Mask, what you have to do is you have to collect all the masks, and you have to collect as much items as you can while trying to defeat Skull Kid. Skull Kid is the biggest villain. He's the most powerful villain in the entire game. The mask that he wears makes him basically indestructible. It's really cool. You have to go to 4 temples, and what you have to do is you have to try to kill all 4 enemies, and then you gotta get the... And then once you kill the enemies, you basically get a reward, which basically symbols that you beat the temple. There's 4 of them. And then once you get all those temples, and then you get all the masks, you basically gotta try to fight all these little 4 kids' obstacle courses, in a way, I guess. And then you gotta try to get a reward. They basically want to take the masks that you grabbed, just for you to get a mask called Fierce Deity Mask, which is a very powerful mask if you ever want to fight the bosses. Majora's Mask has been a favorite game of mine since I was a little kid. I did play that on an N64. I played it back when I was at my babysitter's house a long time ago, back when I was like 6, until I was 8 years old. Definitely a fun game. I definitely recommend it. Again, I played that on Project 64 as well. It was such a great game, and I still play it to this day. We did a versus of it with Shadow a few weeks ago. Probably about a month ago. Something like that. I don't know. But we still play it now, and we plan on doing the verses of it again. And it's such a great game. I definitely recommend it if you want to get Project 64 on your computer. And if you guys don't know how to get Project 64, how to get the games to work on Project 64, I can do a tutorial, but there's many more on YouTube for you guys to check out as well. And coming up on my number 3 is Super Mario Sunshine. Now, I know a lot of these are Nintendo so far, but basically Super Mario Sunshine is a game where Mario, Peach, Toad, Toadsworth, they all go to a place called Isle Delfino, where they go to play it and to take a vacation, just to get away from the Mushroom Kingdom problems, right? But basically what happens as soon as you get to the airport strip, there's goo all over the place. Mario cleans it up. All the villagers and everyone around, they assume Mario's the one that did it because there's a figure that looks just like Mario called Shadow Mario, which is also known as Baby Bowser, Bowser Jr., because he is the one who is basically looking like Mario, acting like Mario, and so they assume it was Mario. So basically what you gotta do is you gotta collect 120 shines, try to clean up all of Isle Delfino, complete all of the worlds, and then once you do that, you fight Bowser, and then after that, they have a nice vacation. There's so many levels in that game. I love it. It's so much fun. It's definitely a big difference when it comes to playing other Mario games because you're in the Mushroom Kingdom for every other game, but in this game, you're on basically a vacation spot, but you're still having to do missions. But it's great because it's a whole different scenery. You haven't seen any other game like this when it comes to any Mario games, and it's awesome. Mario Galaxy is kind of like that because you're on other planets. But this is a whole different thing because you're not saving the Mushroom Kingdom, you're saving Isle Delfino from Bowser taking over. And now my second top favorite game to play is Grand Theft Auto 5. Now I know Grand Theft Auto 5 has definitely been a big overplay game for years and years, but it gets different every time. They add new modes in every time, they add new ways to play the game every time, new heists, everything. It's completely awesome. The storyline can get boring because it's the same thing every time until you find some side missions or you find some secrets that you don't know about. But the cool thing about that is online mode. Online mode, you can play with all your other friends, you can do all these heists, you can do all these jobs, They have self-radio for PC players, which means you can import your music into the game, and so you can listen to your music into the game. It's definitely fun. My friends and I play it all the time. And if you guys don't like Grand Theft Auto 5, maybe you guys should give it another try because there's a lot of different things that come out. The casino heist has been the biggest thing. People love the casino heist. They just came out with a new heist a few weeks ago. Definitely a big popular one now. It's crazy how you can like literally, you can buy a yacht, you can buy houses, you can buy apartments, you can buy new cars, you can sell cars, you can do all these different types of jobs, and it's awesome. I personally love the game just for that reason, and it's so much fun. There's new things every time, and it's not the same thing every time. I would definitely recommend it. That's why it's my top second game. Alright guys, so my last favorite game, basically the top favorite game of mine, is Halo 2. Now if you guys play Halo MCC on the PC or the Xbox, all the Halos are there. Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved, 2, 3, ODST, and 4. All those are on there. Personally, I love Halo 2. If I had to go in that order, it'd be a Halo 2, Halo 3, Halo Reach, Halo Combat Evolved, and Halo 4, and then Halo ODST. ODST was personally not my favorite, but I prefer 4 over that, and 4 was not the best either, but 4 kind of has more of a unique story, because it's a whole different, not really a different timeline. You're 4 years, 7 months, 10 days into the future, which is pretty sweet. But Halo 2 is really awesome. Halo 2 gives you the same aspects playing as Chief back when you played as Halo Combat Evolved. Obviously, you went from Mark 5 to Mark 6. Your health is different. Everything about it is different. And the whole story of like when you play as the Arbiter and the Covenant, it's really interesting because you're playing from their perspective and how they're continuing on with their mission while trying to continue playing as Chief in that aspect. It's really great. I love it. And I think it's really interesting because besides Halo 5 being that, you never get to have that option. But it's cool how you see the Covenant and the humans basically force their way to doing what they gotta do, which eventually they become allies later on in the very last mission of Halo 2, and then moving on to Halo 3. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really enjoyed making this video. I actually got a request from a viewer of mine that wanted to see this video, so I appreciate you for giving me the idea. I'm glad I was able to do this, and I hope you guys have some similar favorites that I picked down this list. And if you guys have any different ones and you guys want to tell me what your favorite games are in the comments, let me know. And if there's games I never heard of, I definitely want to check them out because I might want to get into them as well. So thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you guys liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And we are 300 and I believe 46 subscribers. Guys, my channel's been blowing up. And I appreciate all your guys' support. I appreciate you guys checking out my channel and giving me a chance. It really means a lot to me. I want to try to hit 400 subs if possible. But let's try to get this video up to 2 likes. That'd make me so happy. And if you guys want to, definitely subscribe. I think it might be worth your while. But don't tell anyone. And as always, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. Later, guys.
Developers, 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 developers.